Hello, I'm Dr. Martin Kashara from the University of Wolverhampton, and I'm here today in the studio to speak to fantastic people from two faculties from my university. That's the Faculty of Science and Engineering and the Faculty of Health, Education and Wellbeing. Hello, how are you doing? Why don't you tell us what you do?
Hiya. So my name is Katheryn Dudley and I'm a lecturer at the University of Wolverhampton in haematology and transfusion, and I'm also involved in supporting our placement students who go out in NHS laboratory placements.
Oh, that's fantastic. So there's an opportunity then for some of the students in the Department of Biomedical Science and Physiology doing the Biomedical Science Award to actually go out on placement into NHS trusts, is there then?
Yes, so at the end of the second year, the students have the opportunity to go out into the NHS and work in the NHS in a laboratory environment for 12 months. Whilst they're there, they get to complete the IBMS registration portfolio, achieve the certificate of competence, and that means then upon graduation, they're eligible to register with the HCPC.
Oh, fantastic. So what would, so if I was a student, and you know, just hypothetically, I didn't get a placement, but how would I become a biomedical scientist later on then?
So it is more difficult because historically there used to be trainee positions around, which are now quite difficult to come by. So my first piece of advice would always be to go through the placement process if you can. Other than that, really, it tends to be through sort of getting yourself known with the laboratories. So that can either be through working as an MLA, medical laboratory assistant perhaps, or even just volunteering. So going through a work experience program or volunteering in the laboratories. So my personal sort of routine was through a volunteering route. So you just, once you prove to the laboratory that you're good and you work hard, then they tend to be keen to support you to do your registration portfolio.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you talked a little bit about your journey then, you know, and now you're a lecturer practitioner working at the university, you know, but you've worked in laboratories, haven't you, for many years. So can you tell us a little bit about how you got to where you got to?
Yeah, of course. So I started off, I actually did a biological sciences degree. So back then I had no idea about biomedical scientists, the importance of studying an accredited award. And that was something really that careers advisors as well, they didn't really have any idea. And so I was just sort of advised, oh, if you like science, just do a generic science degree, that'll open lots of doors for you. Which is what I did. And then as I was going through that degree, I found that it's particularly interested in the biomedical aspects of it. So once I completed that degree, I applied to have my degree content assessed by the Institute of Biomedical Science, and then had to do top-up, quite a lot of top-up modules. So I actually ended up then studying for a BSc Biomedical Science degree. And then I was fortunate to get through volunteering really to get a place in an NHS lab to do my certificate of competence.
Oh, fantastic. So if you don't do an accredited pathway, like an accredited degree in biomedical science, which of course is really the way in to biomed, you know,
absolutely.
So there is a way in for people who haven't done that already? There
is, yes. So you have to do supplementary education, and depending upon the number of the content of your degree depends upon how much extra study you need to do, and obviously how the number of modules you have to do has additional cost as well. So it's important to think about it.
Yeah. Now you're a teacher and an educator and a scientist, you know, and you know, a biomedical scientist and all these things. But what is the best thing about your job?
So I know I'm probably biased, but I love haematology. I love teaching haematology. So I was a training officer in the laboratory before I moved to university. So that's where my interest in sort of training and education came from, really. So I'm very passionate about haematology and the importance of biomedical science in general in patient care pathways and the importance of laboratory results in patient care. So I love that aspect of the role. Now that I work at the university, I love supporting the placement students, so helping them through the whole placement process, from finding a placement to doing their applications, and even to the point that when they come back and seeing how much they've developed over the course of that placement period, and how much more confident they are, and how much they've learned as well, really.
I think you know, I've seen placement students come back and they go away you know, all very inexperienced and things like that. And when they do come back from placement, you're right, they are completely different people. It is an absolutely life-changing experience, isn't it? I mean, they are not anything like they were when they left, and even I think they even know more than the lecturers in some cases. So in
some cases, probably,
I think that's absolutely fantastic, and of course they should, you know. So we are living in some very strange times, of course. You know, we're talking on Zoom, so of course we're all inside still, and we're just coming out of lockdown and things like that. And parts of the university have been supporting the COVID-19 crisis, and I know that biomedical science and physiology, you know, parts of that department have also been trying to help with the response. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so obviously COVID testing has had a significant impact upon laboratories in terms of workload and things like that. So the HCPC actually put together a temporary COVID-19 HCPC register. So any students who'd completed the certificate of competence and were coming towards the end of their academic studies were actually added onto this register. So that they could go into practice as HCPC registered biomedical scientists and support the COVID-19 response. So we have a number of students that are currently in our final year that are working in NHS laboratories at the moment, supporting the COVID-19 testing.
That's absolutely fantastic, and to see our very own students going into the laboratory and helping with this mass effort of trying to get all these tests through laboratories, you know, more and more and more every day, really. I think it's a phenomenal feat for a biomedical scientist, let alone an undergraduate biomedical scientist. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So I think what a wonderful thing to see for your students. You must feel very proud.
Yeah, I've had lots of reference requests in the last few weeks for permanent jobs as well, which is brilliant, because they're on the HCPC register, so they're able to practice, which is great.
Excellent stuff. So thanks for talking to us today, Katheryn. It's been great to hear about how our students are having success through working as biomedical scientists. So have a really great day and keep safe.
Yeah.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.